And my beloved family, ladies and gentlemen, my family in the Christ Jesus, and I welcome everybody on board. This is your man servant, old man. And I know people say, why young guy, you choose to be an old man? I'm talking about wisdom. So that's where I got the old man from. And earlier on, I start teaching you and start going ahead and tell you that there's a difference between greatness and then famous, and then I explained a little bit and I left it. The next topic I touch on that the process of God does not really make sense, but follow it. Although I want to help you to become great, so I also go on the same topic, part B of the great process of God, and I'm talking about the process brings results. God process brings results, in as much that it does not make sense. Anytime you take God's process that He put people through to any laboratory in the world, the result is that it will fail. So in industry, logic, common sense will never understand what God is up to. You need divine revelation and divine insight to understand the process God is putting people through. For instance, come with me, evil place, and let's run to Joshua. Joshua chapter number 6, and everybody know the story. I will just paraphrase it and then I will go on. Joshua chapter number 6, I read. Now Jericho was securely shut up because of the children of Israel. None went out and none came in. And the Lord said to Joshua, see, I have given Jericho into your hands, the kings and the mighty men of valor. You shall march around the city, and all you men of war, you shall go round the city once. This you shall do 6 days, and 7 priests shall bear 7 trumpets of rams, horns before the ark. But the 7th day you shall march around the city 7 times, and the priests shall blow the trumpet. And it shall come to pass, when they make a long blast with the ram's horn, and when you hear the sound of the trumpet, that all the people shall shout with great shout. Then the wall of the city will fall down flat, and the people shall go up every man straight before him. And then Joshua the son of Nun called the priests and said to them, take up the ark of the covenant, and let 7 priests bear 7 trumpets of horns before the ark of the Lord. Now, here God has given Joshua, from verse 1, he spoke to Joshua and came to encourage him how his man servant Moses is gone, and then the mantle has rested upon Joshua, and how he promised Joshua that he will be with him, he will stand with him with all the conditions and situations. Joshua find himself, he's going to be God, and he's going to be a father, he's going to be a comforter. Now here God has come to give these all promises to Joshua, and it looks like it's just a simple word that Joshua have to just go and then possess the possessions for Israel, and therefore to take whatever the promise and the prophecy was. It was not so. As my last video I did said, God knows victories from the beginning before the end, so he only tells you the end, knowing that the process you have to go through it. And then he come to verse 6 telling Joshua, see, you see the city that you see, Jericho, I have given Jericho to you. You don't need to worry about anybody. Everything in Jericho, the people, the mighty man, the kings are for you. It doesn't make sense. When there are people already occupying the land and he said, I've given the land to you, go and fight and take it. You see, the process of God, it fails in every laboratory. Joshua said, okay, sir, we will go and fight. It is a norm and a tradition. When we conquer them, then we take over the land. And he said, Joshua, hold your peace, for the process have changed. I want to tell you this night, hold your peace. You thought, you said your nakedness every day, you get money. This time around, God say, hold your peace. I want you to do it a different direction, different way. Joshua, this time around, it is not gun. You don't need to go there with guns. I am Yahweh. I have a new idea, I have a new plan. This time around, all what you got to do is the principles and the process I'm going to pass you through. Just get people to carry the ark before you, my presence before you. Anytime God puts you through anything, give you anything to go through, He sends His presence before you. I am thinking if Joshua goes back to the army of Israel and then tells them what God has spoke to him, how they will overcome and how they will take over everything in Jericho. If any military man is part of Joshua's team, he's going to insult Joshua. It doesn't make sense, Joshua. The war is permanently shut because of our fear. The people heard that we were coming. So one day, the people inside knew it and they armed themselves. And you said we should march around it. Every military man knows this is stupid. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. But he will not explain. Do it. And Joshua have to tell Israel, this time around, drop all the guns. Can I speak to somebody? Drop all the guns. Just carry the ark, the presence of God, and the process will be easier. The reason why every process God gives us become tougher for us is that we don't follow the presence of God. We leave the presence and we do our own thing. Joshua, the only time I am telling you that you will march around Jericho 6 times, every day once. But in the 7th day, making the 7th time, you will march 7 times. That's time for perfection judgment. The perfect and perfection of God and the judgment of God. And then you will shout. Somebody who is there, I want you to shout that you are victorious at Habakkuk. I want you to shout, I am coming out stronger than before. And when you shout, the walls will break down. In physical sense, it doesn't make sense. They needed a boot. Sometimes those who are into demolition companies, you will need a lot of excavators. A lot of engineers must go to the site and see how the wall was built. And the olden days, it's not just walls. When a country built a wall, it's really a wall. But the Lord said, you don't need bulldozer. You don't need excavator. All what you need is me. I am more than that excavator. I am greater than what you think you can use to overcome Jericho. Whatever you need to overcome life, it is in God, in His presence. So, Ichabod, when Eli and his children sinned against God, he said, I will not go with you to win the battle. I will take off my presence. Ichabod, the glory and the presence of God has departed. And that was why Eli, 2 children, they lost the battle. When the process is tough, you need the presence of God. It make it cooler. It make it easier. I hope I'm speaking to someone. The presence of Yahweh, the presence of God does it all. Make the process become easier and cheaper. But if you want to do it your own way, you will kill many people on other way, and everybody will become your enemy. You will become so bitter and you will become so ugly, and so you will hit everybody. Understand that He is God. When you let His presence lead you, you will win the battle. The other day, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego spoke to Nebuchadnezzar. We understand that our God is prepared here. He is coming. In the process, you will pass it through the fire. He's with us. But even if He doesn't, we choose not to think twice because we know Him. And the Lord came in for them in what everybody see as a burning fence, fire. It was an air condition before the 3 guys. When you let the presence of God lead you in the process He's passing you through, it is just a matter of time. Because the benediction you are is the womb of time. Everything you are passing through, the solutions is in the womb of time, and therefore let the presence of God comes into the situation. Joshua, if I was part of Joshua's crew, I will complain. It doesn't make sense when the people are armed. Now you say just drop the guns. It's the same thing in your life. When everybody is against you, you have the capacity to go against them, and the Lord said, drop it. Look unto me. I am the beginning and the Alpha. I am the way. I am the way. I will make a way through all this the mess for you because I am the way. And Joshua said, I will obey, because I knew Moses told me that even on the desert he cried for you and gave them food. So if you say it, we will do it. We will give it. Can you be a fool for once? Just be a fool for once. Obey God for once in your life and see if you don't see the breakthrough you are looking for. Just be a fool once for God, because the process will surely speak for itself. When you let Him lead you, God will bring you out peacefully. They will be thinking that you should have held yourself, you should have been disgraced, you should have, but it will be an upliftment direction for you. If you allow his presence to come, his process become easier for you to go through. You see, David allowed God, even he said, even though I walk through the shadows of death, even though Saul persecute me, even though he had the capacity to kill me, but I will fear no evil, because he that art with me. When you are in trouble, when you are passing through process of time and everything is killing you, everything is suppressing you down, who do you look up to? Do you look unto men to come to rescue you, or you look unto God that his glory must come into you? I pray for you that you will not base your love, your thing you are going through men. You won't put your destiny in the hands of a man. Whatever you are passing through, I came to encourage you. That is a process God wanted to go through, but the only thing that has left on your side is leave everything unto God. Shall I hear you? Say, come to my level. And this, you can subscribe to my YouTube page and you'll get more Old Man on the YouTube. Just go there and dial you Old Man. There's a lot of teachings I'll be going to. I want you to be great. I don't want you to be famous. I hate people who just get famous and then they just vanish away from the system. But great people leave a legacy. They become a patriarch. They die and leave legacy. They go through process. And you need to understand, every one of us will go through a process. It depends on how you are able to come through. Depends on what you can come out with. Come with me, if you please. Luke chapter number 5, verse number 4. There's another thing I want to tell you. When he had stopped speaking, he said to Simeon, launch out into the deep and let down your net for a catch. But Simeon answered and said, Master, we have toiled all night, caught nothing. Nevertheless, at your word, I will let down the net. See, this is how it is. Imagine Peter, who has been on the sea for a long time, and he understands the process he used to catch fish. And he has gone the whole night. The Bible says he did not catch anything. Most of you have suffered, you have done a lot of things, and you didn't have anything to show. Some of you have worked for 40 years, and there's nothing to show, and it looks like God has abandoned you, and you are prepared to leave God to find another process, and you have to quit. And here I can see Peter quitting, washing his net, ready to go home and tell his wife, sweetheart, when I went tonight, the sea was rough, so I caught nothing, and today we have nothing to show. And Jesus said, young man, you were in the shadows. The process of me is deeper. Go deeper, deep again. You don't quit this process. Go deeper, step into it, and then you can come out. Peter was looking at Jesus, and he's going to say, this young man, you don't understand. I have been on the sea for quite a long time. Young man, let me tell you the truth. I know when and how the season and the times I can get fish, and that is why the whole night I work, because I know in the night I could, not in this morning. I cannot do anything again. Let me go home and explain to my wife. She will understand. Sometimes we come and we don't get anything. And Jesus said, watch me. You are in the shadows. Go deeper. I came to tell you, you are in the shadows. Go deeper with God. Go deeper. And then Peter said, you look like a mysterious person, because I have never seen you on the sea before. Why then appear to me and know that I have nothing? But see, I wouldn't have done it. But thy word's sake, I will do it. And if anything come out of it, then I know you are God. And Bible says Peter obeyed God. Already Jesus have sent his presence to Peter's life. Everything have modified and changed. May you receive the presence of God. May you receive the grace of God. May you receive the favor of God. That whatever you are passing through, God will make everything work perfectly for you. The ugly, the bad, the sweet, the pain, the annoying, the rejection, the backbiting, the misrepresentation, everything that is going on in your life, just go deeper with God, and he will work it all out for you. For those people who rejected you yesterday, if they know that the next morning you are going to be great, because you were just passing through a process and the process was going to yield, and they don't know, if they know you were going to be their boss, they would have treated you better. Just go deeper with God. I cannot speak to you. I am looking at Joseph in prison, and he has passed through a lot. And the guy Joseph has prophesied to, the prisoner's man who was there at that afternoon when Pharaoh called that, bring that young man to me. If he knew that it was just a matter of time, the process Joseph has gone through has ended, and he's going for glory, he would have saluted Joseph and would have taken the shackles off his hand and his leg very quickly. But he never knew. But just as a minute away, he was a prime minister, and they have to bow before him, take a signature from him before they can do anything. The devil is a liar. He never knew that the weapon he threw against you was the last process that you have endured that is going to lift you. If the devil knew it, If Goliath knew that David is going to be a king through him, he was just state. God just staged him that he will use him to uplift David. Goliath could have quit that night, but he never knew, and he boasted a lot. I know the devil is boasting in your life. You lost your job. You lost your relationship. You lost your marriage. You lost your children. You lost your health. And the devil is telling you to curse your God and die. It is too heavy on you. But I'm seeing Job here who have lost everything. And the Lord said, don't worry. As long as Job, you will go with me, I will go with you. 100 miles, I will still be with you. The Bible says, Job 42. Then the Lord multiplied whatever he lost. I am seeing multiplication at the end of the process. May the Lord help us. I'm seeing multiplication. I am seeing multiplication. It's just a minute away from here. And those who with Jephthah are coming back. Jephthah, won't you go with us? I can't. I'm rejected. Now this time around, you're not rejected, Jephthah. This time around, come and be a king. I am seeing people coming back to call you to come and lead them because you went through something and you have come out of something. I pray for you. Nothing will bring your calling down. Nothing will bring the grace of God upon you. You will go through hardship. You will be broken. Your children will fall sick. Your wife will go. Your husband will go. But hold on to God. His presence will comfort you. When everybody knows I heard your story, why are you still living? That's what they'll be saying. Curse God and die. And you are so excited because you don't even feel the pain. Because you have submitted what you are going through the hand of Yahweh. And I plead the cause for you tonight. As the process of God is going to yield much. And you are going to break forth. Whatever you have lost, you will receive in a double. May the Lord bless you. My name is still the old man. You can call me Gideon, but don't waste your time. Just call me old man. Go to my YouTube page and type old man. I am here to encourage you, advise you to keep a reality of life. I don't want you to run away from the battlefield. The day I will teach you the unfinished battle, you will know you will never run away from any battlefield. You will fight it because you will not be happy to see your children coming to fight it again, because there are certain things they are meant for you to break for the rest to follow. I pray for you. Wherever you are, share the video. Let's encourage each other. Let's encourage people. Share it to your friends, share it to your group, share it to everybody, and add them to go and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And then we make family. We have a big family. You have questions, you can reach to me. By God's grace and God's wisdom and knowledge, we can be able to help you by through counsel and everything. And we can speak to you another way. We have to encourage ourselves. This is the end time. Things are really tough and people are quitting the game, quitting the Christianity. But I don't want you to quit. Let me pray for you. Father, in the name of Jesus, one more time, this is your son. Use my voice to comfort people. Use my voice to encourage people, the brokenhearted, the people who are quitting the process you push them through. Let there be a comforter. As the Bible said, I will send unto thee that a comforter, a teacher, a helper. Let him come and help them. Whatever anybody is passing through, at the sound of my voice, I command divine healing and I command divine breakthrough. I fix brokenhearted, people who are deserted, people who have been misrepresented, people who have been condemned. May they have peace, because I'm anointed to preach to the poor and to fix the brokenhearted. Let that will be done in each and individual under the sound of my voice. Nobody will hear my voice will go down. Nobody will hear my voice in this 3-month life will die. My voice used to rescue people, used to encourage people. Father, anybody who joined this family, let him become multiplication. Let him become a multiplication. Let him become a multiplication. Let the process they are going to end soon with a testimony. I pray testimony. Let people say yes. When we heard you, God used you to bless us. Use me to bless souls. Use me to bless life, touch life, heal people who are sick, and then encourage people. I thank you for how far you brought us. May the Lord be with you. May the Lord be with you. I love you with the love of God. Bye bye. Till we meet again. Bye bye.